All right, so we are in a totally separate tent, and it is all the beautiful pieces of Greg K. Kramer and Company. And wait until you see this. This could be an episode all by itself. Just incredible. Early pieces, painted, folk art, just stunning. Is this an apple peeler maybe? Tabletop apple peeler. Gorgeous. So I made sure that his information, the card was available. He does ship. And they are in Pennsylvania. Wow. Wow. Just incredible pieces. Check out that grain painting. Lovely. This beautiful corner cupboard filled with the early ironstone pieces. And the child's cup. Really unusual pieces. A couple of slaw cutters there with the hearts. You can hear the rain is still holding off. Look at the beautiful tollware pieces and the pewter. Oh, check out the little cat. Beautiful pieces. Look at that early tin candlestick, or sconce rather. Again, it's one of those things. You see it, you know the word, and it just doesn't quite come out right. Oh, look at the miniature dry sink. And another barber pole. Another cupboard just filled with beautiful pieces, some seaweed, and more at the top. Love that patriotic piece in there. Check out that crazy quilt. So fancy. Really stunning stitchery. I wonder sometimes how these pieces come out of the family collections. 1786. And here's a couple of pocket watch wall boxes. An early sampler. 1777. Check out the grain painting on that corner cupboard. Wow. And that looks like a thistle design in there on that butter press. Check out that pewter ice cream mold. Maybe for chocolate. And that gorgeous sewing stand with the pin cushion at the top. Love this early clock. Probably for a tradesman. Unique. Mahogany pocket watch advertising trade sign. Wow. These incredible, what look like chalkboard pieces inside. Yes, I would say this is probably one of the most unique collections of pieces in one place I've ever seen. 1913. Looks like a tramp art piece next to a tramp art mirror. This piece is dated 1881. Gorgeous cabinet. Incredible whirligig right here. And they are still setting up. So what you see today may even be more spectacular tomorrow. Goodness. So this is a whole nother tent. Wow. Bob's booth here. Bob is one of the dealers inside of our shop, Seville Antiques. He's my neighbor. So my booth is in the back corner and he is in the room right adjoining mine. Just beautiful pieces. Check out that amazing, for a cobbler, early cobbler's bench. in this shaker corner. Oh, love that shelf. There's a pair of hog scraper candlesticks. And then an herb grinder. Beautiful pieces. Love those chairs with the tape loom. Gorgeous. And again, you know, we've got more people still setting up. So I know it's going to be a little loud over here because the fan is right behind me, and it's a huge fan. So I'm going to talk a little bit louder, hopefully not too loud. Check out these beautiful wooden bread cutting boards. Love that. Again, I can't believe, you know, there's a whole nother. This is the third tent, and I think the fourth one is the one with all of the Artisan pieces in it. Just such beautiful things. Again, a couple more of the piggin buckets. Check out that beautiful horse. I love that dry sink with the zinc interior and then the shelf on top. Lovely. It's a nice sawbuck table. Dan Freeberg Antiques. So we'll go this way and then we'll go around and hit the other side. So I hope, I've got more of this video, so don't think that that's the end of it, but I do hope that you will like, subscribe, share, comment below as I'm going through, and tell me what of these pieces would you not be able to leave this show without. Oh, that corner cupboard. Beautiful. I love that color. Just gorgeous. And then that reddish color on the inside. What did this say? Circa 1800. Smaller size. Yes, I think that's why it catches my eye, the smaller size. Large hooked rug, and then several, lots and lots of early lighting pieces right here. Back in this corner. Beautiful wall box. There's a sweet small wooden plate. You just sort of envision the table being set with that for a child to have maybe their supper. And check out this whole large collection of baby shoes. Wow. They could not have found a more perfect cupboard to hold those. Just gorgeous. Love the side of the rope bed there. Those are cut in half so it can be used to hang. And a gorgeous coverlet. And there's one on the other side. And I thought maybe so when I saw those. This is Western Reserve Antiques. This is Lisa's shop. Just absolutely gorgeous pieces. With that small game board. And we'll keep going. And more early lighting up there. Beautiful, beautiful basket. This looks like a chocolate mold. Chicken. It's a small child's miniature step back cupboard. And a beautiful lantern. Lovely. There are so many shapes of the lanterns, of the glass. Oh my, check out this. I've not seen a candle mold with the candles that small. That's a little unusually small one. Very unusual. Again, another piggin. That'll be the word for the day. Have you heard that one before? I love the box holding the bags. Wonderful for would have been in an early mercantile. And then a nice small butcher block, countertop butcher block. It's another booth. Getting set up. Look at all the early flags. And the red, white, and blue. Gorgeous corner cupboard. Sweet pair of child's little red shoes. Beautiful blue cutting board or a noodle board, and there's a red one. I don't know why. I think we sometimes assume, perhaps from the early books and the black and white photos, we don't realize the amount of color that our ancestors included in some of their pieces. Their work was hard, and the paints that they so often used were really vibrant, made from our earthen and plant-based materials in order to paint. Just beautiful. Get this small child set of crutches. Beautiful. Grain painted pieces. And another small board with the breadboard ends. You kind of wonder, did Dad make this for a child after making one for Mom? Very small cutting board, just beautiful. Unusual size. More pieces coming out. Some beautiful lanterns, some miniature baskets. Those tiny ones. If you've ever made a basket, you know that it's an awful lot easier to make a large basket than it is to make a small basket. Another beautiful booth. You can't go wrong at this shop. At this show, rather. Every corner just loaded with our American history. Stunning pieces. This is Brick Farmhouse Antiques. And another one of those ovoid redware jugs. Pretty color. Comet Lake Antiques, Clinton, Ohio. More grain painting pieces here. It's like a dough box on top of a cupboard. And another barber pole and beautiful wall boxes. Gorgeous step back cupboard. And a lovely child's rocking horse. We'll see what the weather does in our area here this weekend. I am really, I know you understand when I say this, I am itching to get some things put away. Here's some beautiful peasware containers. I'm still looking for a lid for mine. Gorgeous tiger maple rolling pin. You know, there should be a list somewhere of the things that we're looking for. I'm looking for a lid. Love that. So I would call that a chimney cupboard for one reason specifically, other than that it's tall and narrow. You see the finish at the top. The trim molding sticks out on this side and would have come around the corner. On this side, it's flat, which is probably because it would have sat up against the side of a chimney here on this side. Yes. And it says 18th century chimney cupboard with hinges. So, beautiful pieces. Some Halloween pieces. Oh my goodness. And check out this decorated piece of stoneware. Wow. I don't know. Should we be making this into 2 videos? You tell me. What's your preference? How long of a video do you prefer? Oh, and check out the children's button-up shoes. So sweet. Piece of rope bed. Beautiful. This is a gorgeous early old hickory chair. And the tag says that it is signed. Wow. So this must have been one of the early style vanities. Look at that. That probably had a pump right there. Someone was very clever in bringing water into their home. And this piece also. Love that. Tall, narrow, and then the 8 drawers at the bottom. Beautiful. Beautiful sideboard, maybe dining room. Oh my goodness, I know The fan is loud. The pieces are just too beautiful. Love that peg rack. And those early wall boxes. Love this salmon colored, tall, narrow cupboard. Beautiful. We actually need something like this in our bathroom. Unusual chair. Again, there's another one of those cupboards with the glass, divided glass lights at the top, and the shelves match to the dividers in the glass. Beautiful cupboards, beautiful colors. Really, really stunning. Beautiful candle box. Another beautiful booth, lots of artwork here. And the stone fruit. And that beautiful blue. Beautiful blue pegboard. Sign says Meander Antiques in Marietta, Ohio. Gorgeous step back cupboard. Joan Stauffer Antiques from New York. Again, more of these beautiful ovoid redware jugs. That blue cupboard absolutely glows. Wow. Love that color. Beautiful pieces. Some done, some booths are done and put away, and others the dealers are still working on, and some will come early tomorrow morning and finish. I know this booth. Is this Lori Hollow from Seville Antiques? I would say probably so. Lori, I can tell your style when I see it. Wow. I love that peg rack up there. Beautiful. Funny, again, this one, Matt Ershman, also a dealer at Seville Antiques. So, I know I've said it before, but if you are hungry for really early primitives and there isn't a show on any given day, you can come on over to Seville Antiques and walk the over 5,000 square feet of dealer space, filled with more than 30 dealers. If you are a dealer watching this video, I know there are a couple of dealers that are retiring, and they are looking for top quality, top-notch, early primitive antique dealers to take some of those spaces. So if that sounds like something that would apply to you, don't hesitate to reach out. You can comment below and I will put you in touch with the owners at Seville Antiques. Stephen Douglas, Rockingham, Vermont. Look at that beautiful table. And that piece on top holding all those beautiful working spoons and paddles, all kinds of amazing pieces. Honestly, as I'm going through all of these things, I'm realizing that this video is just going to this episode will have had to have been divided in half. I'm just overwhelmed. So much history. And we're back to the area with the fan, so bear with me, please. I think if that fan wasn't here, they would have roasted some of the dealers here. Today's an exceptionally hot day in Ohio, and that is the reason why these storms have popped up. Oh, look at the sweet Meckies. Those are an unusually large size. They are precious. So growing up as a child, my mom and dad have a set. When we went and visited Germany many years ago, I bought another set for myself. They're so cute. It's just part of our upbringing, part of our history. Donna, if you're watching, I have a friend that I knew when I was a child, and Donna was watching our channel and didn't realize it was me, and I reached out to her, and sure enough. So Donna, big shout out to our German history. It's so perfect to have this show here in Zoar, where a group of very determined 300 German people left Germany because of the oppression, particularly in the religious side of things, and they came to the United States and settled here on what was 5,000 acres of what they named Zoar. So in many ways they are like the Shakers, because for a period of time the community was celibate, and they did that in order to prevent the women from having children, so that everyone, men and women in the community, could work to support themselves. And if women were having the children, they would not have been able to work outside of the home. And so this utopian community, after, I don't know if it was 5 or 7 years, as the Erie Canal came through, the Ohio Erie Canal, men and women worked very hard, and they had enough money to pay off the debt that they had borrowed, $16,000 from the Shaker or the Quaker community, in order to settle here. So they paid that group off. The need for being celibate was no longer. They pooled their resources, and they became what we would call a communal community. where everything was owned by everyone. And the children, I believe at the age of 4, left their mothers and went to live in dorms. At the age of 15 or 16, they then were assigned a job, whether that was the job they wanted or not. But the community was very, very successful and made very good money and exported more than their needs. This is a beautiful candlestick, and this one is a wedding band candlestick. Hog scraper. You don't see those very often. There is not a name. Maybe there is. So, interesting story, beautiful architecture, early homes, still here and all beautifully restored. And sadly, the one thing that ended up becoming the end of that community was when they built a very large hotel, which is not currently in use as I understand. But when the hotel came into town that they built, that was the end of the Shaker community, or I keep saying Shaker, the Zoar community, because they not only were influenced by the outside world, but they also decided that they really liked some of the things that those in the outside world had and how they lived. And so the community of Zoar was actually the longest, oldest running communal living in our country's history.